Hello, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is June 22, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets, where we cover everything from the US to Europe to Asia. Of course, everyone's probably hearing everything about the Greece announcement and stuff like that, so it makes it very interesting to see exactly where the global markets are now. Normal disclaimer, this is for education use only. All charts that you see are from Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details. You can follow us on Twitter here at Ichimoku Trading, or you could basically follow our website at ichimokutrade.com. Okay? So let's go to our global markets first. As normal, let's go to Frankfurt, German market, because that's typically the strongest one out of all the Europe. Remember, we've been bears trading where we're being long the German market and short the Paris market. If you look here on a weekly time frame for the Frankfurt DAX index, you could see that basically we're still bullish trending. However, we're kind of here in between the Tinkerton and Cajunson, so we're kind of in consolidation range. We've got to break above 7,300 in order for us to sit there, resume, and go higher. But it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens there. 7,300 is on the top side, 7,000 is basically on the bottom side. So we're just kind of ranging between that 300-point range there. But this is kind of still very bullish trending right now. Okay. Next is the London market. You could see that we're below the Cajunson, so we're basically in a consolidation pattern right now. We got to get above 6,100 to start bullish trending completely. Major support, believe it or not, is around 45.50. So there's a lot of downside that the London market can undergo, but it's consolidating right now. And it's consolidating between 5,600 and 6,100, which is a 500-point range. So this is a little more bearish compared to the German market, but it's just consolidating. It's not bearish sentiment at all. Paris, if you look at the two charts between London and Paris, it's forming the same consolidation pattern. However, this is a thin cloud here, so Paris does have a potential of going bearish with just a little short movement going down. So if it breaks 3,700, Paris can sit there and sentiment change automatically from bullish to bearish, where the German London market doesn't. So this is very weak compared to the three countries out there between Germany, London, and Paris. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why is that Paris never really took off when the German market and London market did. So this weak of all of them. So the Paris trade still looks valid right now, where you could go along the DAX and then basically short the CAC in Paris. South Africa, consolidating, really nothing there at all. Israel, if you look at prices in the cloud, so it's just basically consolidating, nothing really there either. Turkey, if you look here at Turkey now look like it could start a bearish trend. It's below the cloud, so the sentiment's bearish, and a little more, couple more points down, this could definitely start a bearish trend to the downside. So I definitely wouldn't go long Turkey at all right now. Russia, after this big long trend, it's in there, its major pullback, really hasn't sat there and started resuming at all. It's got to get above 30 to start resuming for the iShare ETF. Shanghai, if you go to China, it went below the cloud, so the sentiment is bearish. We're waiting for a pullback up around to about 2,800 if possible, and then start going down to start a trend. Right now, it's basically still consolidating, but the sentiment is bearish now, whereas it was bullish before. Okay, Hong Kong market just went below the cloud last week, so that's interesting because now the sentiment's now changed. Doesn't mean that this is bearish and you should start trading this bearish at all. It's basically consolidating still right now, so no real opportunities there. Nikkei market just consolidating, nothing really there. The Bombay Sensex market actually is starting to make a move downwards, and a couple more points downwards, this thing can start a bearish trend. So be very careful in trying to go along the Indian stock market at all right now. Looks like they're collapsing day by day or week by week, as you said. Sydney market has gone below the cloud now, so sentiment has changed, but again, it's consolidating too, so be very careful there. Mexican market, consolidation. Brazil market, it's actually in the bottom of the cloud right now. If it starts moving down, then this can start a bearish trend to the downside, where Brazil can go and start going down. So be very careful there. It's at a major support right now, and if it holds, that's good, and starts going back above 21, then it would be great. But if it sits there and goes lower, then you can start a bearish trend there. Okay, so if you see, most of the global markets are pretty much consolidating as we expect. Now let's go over to the US side. Let me zoom in. Remember, on the left hand side it's basically the weekly, on the right hand side is the daily time frame. If you look at the weekly time frame, we've been bullish trending. We're now looks like we're trying to undergo a major pullback. And you know, the resistance level is about 12,156 for the mini Dow futures, and then the next level will be 12,320. The key thing right now is this 12,100 and about, let's just say 150 has got to hold. If it does and then starts going down, it's going to be interesting exactly what happens. You can see from the daily time frame, the sentiment's now bearish. It's pulling back close to the cloud, so you know, it's probably gonna, it needs to hold around 12,192. If it does and then starts going down, we're definitely going to start a bearish trend on the daily time frame, which would be a major pullback on the weekly too. So today could sit there and trigger the markets to go down because of the Fed announcements there. If you look at the ES futures, it's less bullish than the Dow, just by slight, because you know, this is not close to the Cajunson as in the Dow, but this is doing the same thing where it's bullish trending and now under a major pullback, and you can see 1300 is basically the major support level there, and then 1250 is 1300 is major resistance level, and 1250 is its major support level, but this is a little weaker than the Dow. So, and you remember, these two have been trading back and forth between which one's more bullish and bearish this whole year. Nasdaq is probably the weakest of all of them right now. You could see, because due to the distance here, it of course is bullish trending and now under a major pullback on the weekly, and you could see that from also the daily here. Resistance level is 2277, and of course the support level is going to be around 2150. Okay, and then lastly, Russell futures. If you look here, it's almost like the Dow, pretty much, almost like the Nasdaq. Resistance level is going to be around 810, and then support level is going to be around here at 771 right now. So that's it for there. So, you know, today's the Fed announcements, so just be very careful. If anything, right now, I would not be going bullish on any of the markets. They're more on the bearish side, so I would wait for signals on the bearish side if you get them. But be very careful, because we're in between support resistance values, and you really only need to trade around support resistance values. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you next week.